Shri Radha Govinda Hari ki. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
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 Reading from Granth Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 4, Chapter 1, entitled Genealogical Table of the Daughters of Manu, text number 58 and 59.
आज अध्ययन गर्दैछौँ श्रीमद् भागवतम स्कन्द 4 अध्याय 1 अध्यायको नाम रहेको छ मनु पुत्रीहरूको वंशावली श्लोक संख्या 59 बाट सुन्दैछौँ
Text number 58. Evam sura-gaṇais tāta bhagavantas abhiṣṭutau labdhāvalokair yayatur arcitau gandhamādanam. Translation. Maitreya said, O Vidura, thus the demigods worshipped with prayers the Supreme Personality of Godhead, appearing as the sage Nara-Nārāyaṇa. The Lord glanced upon them with mercy and then departed for Gandhamādana Hill.
मैत्रेय मुनिले भन्नुभयो, हे विदुर, यसरी नर-नारायण ऋषिको रूपमा प्रकट हुनुभएका भगवानको देवताहरूले पूजा गर्नुभयो। भगवानले उनीहरूमाथि कृपापूर्ण दृष्टि दिनुभयो र गन्धमादन पर्वततर्फ जानुभयो।
Text number 59. Tav
तौ
imau
इमौ
vai
वै
bhagavato
भागवतो
harer
हरेर
amsav
अंशाव
ihagato
इहागतौ
vara
भैर
vyayaya
व्ययाय
cha
च
bhuva
भुवा
krishnau
कृष्णौ
yadu
यदु
kurudvahau
कुरुद्वहौ
tav imau vai bhagavato
तमिमौ वै भगवतो
harer angsa vihagato
हरिरंशा विभागतो
vara vyayaya cha bhuva
भारव्याय च भुवा
krishnau yadu kurudvahau Tavimau vai bhagavato harer angsav ihagato Bharavyaya cha bhuva
भारव्याय च भुवा
Krishnau yadu kurudvahau.
कृष्ण यदु कुरुद्वहौ
Someone else? Tavimau vai bhagavato Hariramsa vihagato
भारव्याय च भुवा
Krishna
कृष्ण यदु
yadu
कुरुद्वहौ
kurudvahau
तमिमौ वै भगवता हरेरंशा इहागतौ भारव्ययाय च भुवा कृष्णौ यदु कुरुद्वहौ
Tau
तौ
both
दुवै
Imau these
यी
Vai
ऐ
certainly
निश्चय नै
Bhagavataha
भागवतः
of the Supreme Personality of Godhead
of the Supreme Personality of Godhead भगवानको
Bhagavanko Hare
हरे
of Hari
of हरि भगवान हरिको
Angsau
अंशौ
part and parcel expansion
part and parcel expansion अंश रूप विस्तार
Iha
यहाँ
here in the universe
here in
this universe
यहाँ ब्रह्माण्डमा
Agatau
आगतौ
has appeared
has appeared प्रकट हुनुभयो
Bara Vyayaya
भारव्ययाय
for mitigation of the burden
for mitigation of the burden भार कम गर्नका लागि
Cha
च
and
र
Bhuvaha
भुवः
of the world.
संसारको.
Krishna,
Krishnau.
the two Krishnas,
Two Krishnas.
Krishna and Arjuna.
Krishna and Arjuna. दुई कृष्ण, कृष्ण र अर्जुन.
Yadu Kuru Udvahau,
यरु कुरु उद्भवौ.
who are the best of the Yadu and Kuru dynasties respectively.
जो क्रमशः यदु र कुरु वंशमा सर्वश्रेष्ठ हुनुहुन्छ.
Translation by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki
Jai.
Translation. That Nara-Nārāyaṇa Rishi, who is a partial expansion of Krishna, has now appeared in the dynasties of Yadu and Kuru in the forms of Krishna and Arjuna respectively to mitigate the burden of the world.
उनै नर-नारायण ऋषि जो भगवान श्रीकृष्णका अंश विस्तार हुनुहुन्छ, उहाँले अहिले संसारको भार कम गर्न क्रमशः यदु र कुरु वंशमा श्रीकृष्ण र अर्जुनको रूपमा प्रकट हुनुभयो.
Purport. Narayan is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and Nara is a part the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Narayan. You want to read word line for line like this?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
नारायण भगवान हुनुहुन्छ र नर भगवान नारायणका अंश हुनुहुन्छ.
Thus the energy and the energetic together are the Supreme Personality of Godhead.
यसरी शक्ति र शक्तिमान दुवै एकै साथमा भगवान नै हुनुहुन्छ.
Maitreya informed Vidura that Nara, the portion of Narayan, had appeared in the family of the Kurus, and that Narayan, the plenary expansion of Krishna, had come as Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, with the purpose of delivering suffering humanity from the pangs of material burdens.
नारायणका अंश नर कुरुवंशमा भगवान वंशमा र भगवान श्रीकृष्णका स्वांशावतार नारायण कृष्ण भगवानको रूपमा प्रकट हुनुभयो भनेर मैत्रीले विदुरलाई भन्नुभयो. उहाँहरू मानवताको भौतिक भारको बन्धनबाट उद्धार गर्ने उद्देश्यले आउनुभएको हो.
In other words, Narayan Rishi was now present in the world in the forms of Krishna and Arjuna.
अर्को शब्दमा भन्नुपर्दाखेरि नारायण ऋषि वर्तमान संसारमा श्रीकृष्ण र अर्जुनका रूपमा उपस्थित हुनुहुन्छ भन्ने हो.
That's interesting, isn't it? It says Narayan Rishi, right? Is it a typo or is it meant to be Nara-Narayan?
Yeah, just as Narayan.
You have the same in Nepal?
Yeah, Narayan Rishi.
No? Okay. End of purport.
तात्पर्यको यहाँ समाप्ति.
Om Jnana Timirandasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakanvitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vanchakalpa Tarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhyevacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrindam Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Verse again. Tavimau ivai bhagavato Hare angsav ihagato Bara vyayaya cha bhuva Krishnau yadu kuru dvahau. Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Nice to see you all again.
प्रिय भक्तहरू, फेरि हजुरलाई भेट्न पाएकोमा धेरै खुसी लागिरहेछ।
We seek the blessings of His Holiness Mahavishnu Swami Maharaj
र साथै महाविष्णु स्वामी महाराजको आशीर्वाद पनि लिन चाहन्छु।
and also His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada,
र शिल प्रभुपादको पनि आशीर्वाद लिन चाहन्छु,
so that we can transparently relay His message in the purport.
ताकि तात्पर्यमा उहाँको सन्देशलाई पारदर्शी रूपमा प्रस्तुत गर्न सकियोस्।
So here it's explaining the position of Nara-Nārāyaṇa Rishi.
त यहाँ नर-नारायण ऋषिको स्थानलाई वर्णन गरिँदैछ।
So Nara is Arjuna
नर भनेको अर्जुन हुनुहुन्छ
and Narayan is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna.
र नारायण चाहिँ पूर्ण पुरुषोत्तम भगवान श्री कृष्ण हुनुहुन्छ।
So they have now appeared in the Yadu and Kuru dynasties.
उहाँहरू अहिले यदु र कुरु वंशमा आउनु भएको छ।
So quiz.
ओके, अब प्रश्न उत्तर हुन्छ
For 5 points.
5 अङ्कको लागि।
Who appeared in the Yadu dynasty?
यदु वंशमा को प्रकट हुनुभयो?
Krishna. Okay, who said first? Who said? 5 points.
5 अङ्क पाउनुभयो तपाईँले।
And then Arjuna appeared in which dynasty?
र अर्जुन चाहिँ कुन वंशमा उत्पन्न हुनुभयो?
Which one? Kuru, yes, correct. There's only one other option.
अर्को मात्रै छानौट छ।
So Krishna appeared in the Yadu, so therefore he's called Yadava. Yes?
कृष्ण यदु वंशमा उत्पन्न हुनुभएकाले उहाँलाई यादव भनिन्छ।
And Arjuna is born in the Kuru dynasty.
र अर्जुन चाहिँ कुरु वंशमा उत्पन्न हुनुभएको छ।
And although he's generally known as Kaurava, but specifically known as Pandava.
उहाँलाई चाहिँ साधारणतया कौरव भनेर भनिन्छ र विशेष रूपमा चाहिँ पाण्डव भनिन्छ।
So here it's explaining, Srila Prabhupada is explaining how Nara-Nārāyaṇa is a plenary expansion of Krishna.
र यहाँ श्रील प्रभुपादले वर्णन गर्दै हुनुहुन्छ कि नर-नारायण चाहिँ भगवानको आंशिक विस्तार हुनुहुन्छ।
Can you see this shadow?
यहाँ छाया देख्नुहुन्छ?
Yeah? So this shadow is like an expansion of my body, right?
यो छाया मेरो शरीरको विस्तार जस्तै हो।
You see?
देख्नु
It's
भयो?
like a part of me, but it's like my external energy.
यो मेरै अंश हो तर मेरो बहिरङ्ग शक्ति जस्तो।
So I am the real person, Antaranga Shakti,
म चाहिँ वास्तविक व्यक्ति हुँ, अन्तरङ्ग शक्ति,
and this is like my Bahiranga Shakti.
र यो चाहिँ मेरो बहिरङ्ग शक्ति हो।
So now if I want to expand myself into two people,
र यदि म दुईटा रूपमा आफूलाई विस्तार गर्न चाहे भने
I can be Nara
म नर
and Narayan
र नारायण बन्न सक्छु
and appear in different dynasties.
र विभिन्न वंशमा प्रकट हुन
It's
सक्छु।
like an expansion, you see.
यो विस्तार जस्तो हो।
So Krishna can expand himself like this.
र कृष्णले आफूलाई यसरी विस्तार गर्न सक्नुहुन्छ
And for a specific purpose he can do this.
र एउटा विशेष कार्यको लागि उहाँले यस्तो गर्नुहुन्छ।
Eka Bahusham, that one becomes many.
एउटा धेरै बन्नुहुन्छ।
But he comes many for what? Rasa Vaisaha, to experience rasa.
त उहाँ धेरै किन बन्नुहुन्छ? रसको आस्वादन गर्नका लागि।
So he expands himself in this way unlimitedly.
र यसरी उहाँ असीमित रूपमा विस्तारित हुनुहुन्छ।
And Krishna has many hands, he can make many different.
कृष्णका कयौं हातहरू छन्, उहाँले विभिन्न छाया निकाल्न सक्नुहुन्छ।
So, although this is not an exact translation, it gives us an understanding of how Krishna can expand his energies and they can still be connected to him but separate from him.
अवश्य यो एउटा उदाहरण मात्र हो ताकि हामीले बुझ्न सकौं कि भगवानका अंश विस्तारहरू उहाँकै शक्तिबाट निस्केका हुन् तर उहाँभन्दा अभिन्न छन्।
So what rasa is Krishna expanding himself for in this case?
त यो स्थानमा कुन रसको लागि कृष्णले आफूलाई विस्तार गर्दै हुनुहुन्छ?
Why does Krishna come to this material world at all?
कृष्ण यस भौतिक संसारमा आउनु नै पर्ने किन हो?
In the 4th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, there is the answer to this question.
भगवत गीताको 4औं अध्यायमा यो प्रश्नको उत्तर छ।
Hands up, who knows the answer?
कसलाई उत्तर थाहा छ हात उठाइदिनुस्।
1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Okay. Prabhuji, what's the answer?
के हो उत्तर?
Yes, in the 1st chapter. Why does Krishna come to this world?
कृष्ण यस संसारमा किन आउनुहुन्छ?
No, we know you are Shrutidar, Sadhu. Any of the Matajis know? Yes? Vinasaya Chaduskritam
Dharma samsthapanarthaya sambhavami yuge yuge.
Dharma samsthapanarthaya, to establish Dharma. Paritranaya sadhanam, to deliver the pious, and vinasaya cha duskritam.
धर्मको स्थापना गर्नका लागि, साधुहरूको परित्राण गर्नका लागि र असुरहरूको विनाश गर्नका लागि.
Here it's explained to deliver suffering humanity from the pangs of material burdens.
यहाँ वर्णन गरिएको छ कि यो पीडित संसारलाई भौतिक पीडाबाट छुटकारा दिलाउनका लागि.
Yesterday Vishnu Swami Maharaj was telling us about one disease that's going, very terrible disease.
हिजो महाराजले प्रवचनमा चाहिँ एउटा खतरनाक रोगको चेष्टा गर्नुभएको थियो.
He said everybody is killing everyone.
र यसले सबैलाई मार्दैछ भन्दै हुनुहुन्थ्यो.
Have you heard of this disease?
यो रोगको बारेमा तपाईलाई थाहा छ?
It's called BODS.
BODS.
B-O-D-D.
BODS भन्छ रे यसको नाम.
Birth, old age, disease and death.
जन्म मृत्यु जरा व्याधि.
Janma mrityu vyara vyadi. Yes, so it's JMVV. So this BODS is the real burden of the suffering humanity.
वास्तवमा पीडित जीवात्माहरूको सबभन्दा ठुलो रोग यही नै हो.
What's the problem with birth?
जन्मसँग के समस्या छ?
Who can say what's one of the problems with birth?
जन्मसँग सम्बन्धित के समस्या कसले भन्न सक्नुहुन्छ?
Anyone read the third canto of Srimad Bhagavatam?
कसैले भागवतमको तृतीय स्कन्द पढ्नु भएको छ?
Kapila Muni is explaining what it's like inside the womb.
कपिल मुनिले गर्भभित्र कस्तो हुन्छ वर्णन गर्नुभएको छ.
Yes, anyone heard of this?
हैन, सुन्नुभएको छ कसैले?
It's quite unpleasant.
एकदम दुःखदायी छ.
If I put you inside a rubbish bag filled with water and leave you there for 9 months,
एउटा फोहोर फाल्ने झोलामा तपाईलाई हाल्दिएर पानी भर्दिएर त्यहाँ 9 महिनासम्म राखिदियो भने
maybe it might be uncomfortable a little.
अलिकति अप्ठ्यारो होला नि हैन?
Yes, birth, old disease.
र त्यस्तै रोग.
Disease, everyone gets disease, right?
सबैजनालाई रोग लाग्छ नि हैन?
Some cold, some flu, something more serious.
कसैलाई चिसो लागेको छ, कसैलाई चाहिँ ज्वरो आएको छ, अरु केही किसिमको.
Old age, the body starts getting older.
र वृद्धावस्था.
Not able to reach the bell anymore.
घन्टीलाई छुन सकिदैन.
It's like, oh, can't reach. And then death.
र त्यसपछि मृत्यु.
Death is something that everybody is trying to mitigate.
मृत्यु यस्तो चिज हो जसलाई सबैले हटाउन खोज्दैछन्.
Either through medication or cosmetics or whatever.
चाहे औषधिद्वारा होस् या फिर मेकअपद्वारा होस्.
I didn't say makeup, he said makeup. I was more polite. I said cosmetics. So this birth, old age, disease and death, it's a problem for the soul.
त यो जन्म मृत्यु जरा व्याधि वास्तवमा आत्माका लागि समस्या हुन्.
Because the soul is Satchit Ananda.
किनकि आत्मा त सच्चिदानन्दमय छ.
And the body is Asat Achit Nirananda.
शरीर चाहिँ असत अचित र निरानन्द छ.
So it's when you try and mix oil and water.
र यदि पानी र तेललाई मिसाउन खोज्ने हो भनेदेखि
They're together inside the same glass, but they're not mixing.
एउटै ग्लास भित्र हुन्छ तर मिसिदैन.
Similarly, the soul is inside this body.
त्यस्तै गरी आत्मा शरीर भित्र छ.
And it's when the soul is allowing its consciousness to go out through the senses into this world, it finds nothing of spiritual substance.
र आत्माले जब इन्द्रियहरूका माध्यमबाट बाहिरी संसारमा केही खोज्न खोज्छ उसले आध्यात्मिक तत्त्व पाउन सक्दैन.
So we are the Atma inside the body, let's say.
हामी चाहिँ शरीर भित्रको आत्मा हौं.
And we have a dharma.
र हाम्रो धर्म छ.
Bhaktivinoda Thakur explains in Jaiva Dharma, every vastu has a dharma.
भक्तिविनोद ठाकुरले जैव धर्ममा भन्नुहुन्छ प्रत्येक वस्तुको एउटा धर्म हुन्छ.
A vasta is an object or an entity.
वस्तु भनेको केही चीज भन्ने हुन्छ अथवा जीवात्मा.
He gives many examples.
विभिन्न उदाहरण दिनुहुन्छ.
The sun is a vastu.
सूर्य पनि वस्तु हो.
So what is the dharma of the sun? Who can say?
सूर्यको धर्म के हो? कसले बताउन सक्छ?
Heat and light, yes. And chili is a a vastu. What is the dharma of chili?
र खोर्सानी पनि एउटा वस्तु हो, यसको धर्म के हो?
Huh? What did you say?
Hot.
Hot, yes, very hot. Sometimes too much hot. Correct.
कहिलेकाहीँ धेरै नै पिरो हुन्छ.
10 points.
10 अङ्क पाउनु भयो.
What is the dharma of water?
पानीको धर्म के हो? Quenching the thirst.
Quenching thirst, yes, quenching thirst. Also liquidity. And what is the dharma of sugar?
चिनीको धर्म के हो?
Huh? Meteor, yes, exactly, Maharaj. Sweet. So every vastu has a dharma. Every substance has a function.
त प्रत्येक चीजको, प्रत्येक वस्तुको कोही धर्म हुन्छ.
And Krishna comes to establish the dharma in this world for the living entities.
र भगवान श्री कृष्ण यो संसारमा धर्मको स्थापना गर्न आउनु भएको हो.
So what is the dharma of the living entity?
त्यसो नि जीवात्माको धर्म के हो त?
Krishna explains in the Bhagavad Gita.
कृष्णले भगवत गीतामा वर्णन गर्नुहुन्छ.
1866. What is it?
1866 मा के हो?
Sarva dharman parityaja mam ekam sharanam vraja aham tvam sarva papebhyo mokshayismami. Don't worry.
चिन्ता नगर.
Don't worry, be happy.
चिन्ता नगर, खुसी हौ.
Krishna says all these other dharmas that you think you have,
यो अरु सबै धर्महरु चाहिँ हामीले सोचेका मात्रै हो धर्म हो भनेर.
this is not your dharma.
यो तिम्रो वास्तविक धर्म हैन.
Dharma is to surrender to me.
धर्म त्यो हो जुन कृष्णलाई समर्पण गरिन्छ.
And Krishna says, I will deliver you. Don't worry.
र कृष्णले भन्नुहुन्छ तिमीलाई म उद्धार गर्ने छु.
Deliver us from what?
उद्धार गर्ने केबाट?
From all of the burdens of material existence.
भौतिक संसारका भारहरूबाट.
So Krishna himself is saying that the Atma has a dharma.
त कृष्ण स्वयंले पनि भन्दै हुनुहुन्छ कि आत्माको धर्म हुन्छ.
And the dharma is to love and serve Bhagavan.
र त्यो धर्म भनेको भगवानको सेवा गर्नु हो.
And when we connect the Atma and the Paramatma, there is Ananda.
र जब आत्मा र परमात्मालाई जोडिन्छ तब आनन्द आउँछ.
Just like when you connect two electrical wires, you get light in the room.
जसरी दुईटा बिजुलीका तारहरूलाई जोडेपछि कोठामा बत्ती बल्छ.
And when you disconnect, you get darkness.
र त्यो दुईटा तारलाई छोडाएपछि अँध्यारो हुन्छ.
So when you connect the Atma and Paramatma, or Atma and Bhagavan, you get enlightenment, Satchit, Ananda.
त जब आत्मा र परमात्मालाई जोडिन्छ तब उज्यालो प्रकाश ज्ञान पाइन्छ.
And then when you separate, you get darkness.
र जब छुटाइन्छ तब अन्धकार आउँछ.
Avidya.
अविद्या.
Yes. So this avidya causes papa.
यो अविद्याको कारणले गर्दा पाप हुन्छ.
Sinful inclination, sinful desire, sinful action.
पापमय प्रवृत्ति आउँछ, पापमय सोच आउँछ, त्यसपछि पाप कर्म हुन्छ.
And then that causes prabdha, aprabdha karma.
र यसबाट प्रारब्ध अप्रारब्ध कर्महरू हुन्छ.
And then the cycle goes around and around. Samsara dhavanam.
र फेरि यही चक्र वरिपरि संसार
Samsara chakra, yes.
संसार चक्रमा घुम्छौँ.
And if avidya causes samsara chakra, what will cause liberation?
यदि अविद्याले संसार चक्रको सृष्टि गर्छ भने मुक्ति चाहिँ केले गर्छ?
Vidya, yes. Divya jnanam, yes. Transcendental knowledge.
दिव्य ज्ञानले.
So therefore, Srila Prabhupada has given us so many books.
त्यसैले श्रील प्रभुपादले हामीलाई धेरै पुस्तकहरू दिनुभएको छ.
So when people get an opportunity to read these books, what happens is the avidya becomes removed from their consciousness, their sinful activity becomes less, sinful reactions, and therefore the suffering becomes less.
र जब व्यक्तिहरूले यी पुस्तकहरू पढ्छन् उनीहरूको अविद्या कम हुन्छ, त्यसपछि पाप गर्ने प्रवृत्ति कम हुन्छ, पाप कर्म कम हुन्छ र उनीहरूको उद्धार हुन्छ.
And then one will be, instead of walking down the street, they're dancing down the street.
त्यसपछि बाटोमा हिँडेर जानुको सट्टा नाच्दै जान्छन्.
And instead of talking pak 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 krajalpa,
र पर रजल्प गर्नुभन्दा
they'll be chanting, dancing, and glorifying Krishna.
उनीहरू नाच्छन्, गाउँछन् र कृष्णको कीर्ति सुन्छन्.
And this is the gift of Krishna, who's come as Nara-Nārāyaṇa rishis.
र यही नै भगवान श्री कृष्णको नरनारायण ऋषिको रूपमा उपहार हो.
He wants to take everybody in Nepal, everyone all around the world, get them out of this suffering condition.
उहाँहरू नेपालमा मात्र भएर सारा विश्वभरिका व्यक्तिहरूलाई यो दुःखबाट निकाल्न चाहनुहुन्छ.
And of course, even after saying Sarvadharman Prityaja, people still didn't understand.
र भगवान श्री कृष्ण सर्वधर्मान परित्यज्य भनेपछि नि मान्छेहरूले बुझेनन्.
So Lord Krishna had to come as Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu.
त्यसैले भगवान कृष्ण नै चैतन्य महाप्रभुको रूपमा आउनु
And he
पर्यो।
said, "Let's like this. Look, A, B, C, D.
र यस्तो हो है क ख ग घ भनेर
Put your hands in the air like this, everybody.
सबैजनाले हात यसरी आकाशमा उठाउनुहोस्।
Repeat after me.
मेरो पछि पछि दोहोऱ्याउनु है।
Hare Krishna,
हरे कृष्ण
Hare Krishna,
हरे कृष्ण
Krishna Krishna,
कृष्ण कृष्ण
Hare Hare,
हरे हरे
Hare Rama,
हरे राम
Hare Rama,
हरे राम
Rama Rama,
राम राम
Hare Hare.
हरे हरे।
And simply, everybody's smiling, everybody's moving in a healthy way, everybody's happy.
र साधारणतया सबैजना मुस्कुराउनुहुन्छ नै।
It's so simple.
यति सरल छ।
And this is the duty of the Brahmanas,
यही ब्राह्मणहरूको कर्तव्य हो।
the Parichan sadhus,
उनीहरू साधुलाई रक्षा गर्छन्।
is patan patan yajan yajan dan pratigrahar. Yes.
उनीहरूको पढ्ने पढाउने पूजा गर्ने गराउने र यज्ञ गराउने यज्ञ गर्न सिकाउने।
Study the scriptures, teach the scriptures, do the yagya, teach the yagya, and giving and receiving charity like this.
शास्त्र पढ्ने पढाउने यज्ञ गर्ने गराउने साथै दान दिने लिने।
So doing the yagya and teaching the yagya, the yuga dharma.
त यज्ञ गर्ने र यज्ञ गर्न सिकाउने भनेको युग धर्म।
This is Brahminical culture.
यो ब्राह्मणको स्वभाव हो।
And when we do this, we are acting on the platform of sadhu.
र जब यो गर्छौँ हामी साधुको स्तरमा कार्य गर्छौँ।
And then when Krishna comes, and he's looking for who is the sadhu and who is the duskriti.
र कृष्ण आउनुहुन्छ र उहाँले खोजिराख्नु भएको हुन्छ कुन चाहिँ साधु छ कुन चाहिँ दुष्कृति छ।
Then he'll know who to embrace and who to slap.
र उहाँलाई थाहा छ कि कसलाई आलिङ्गन गर्ने कसलाई झाप्पड हान्ने।
Okay, so Lord Chaitanya is teaching us to chant and dance. Lord Chaitanya said, if you just chant Hare Krishna and don't criticize devotees, then he will take us back to the spiritual world.
र चैतन्य महाप्रभु हामीलाई नाच्न गाउनलाई सिकाउन भनेर आउनुभएको छ र उहाँले भन्नुभएको छ यदि तपाईँले यसरी नाच्न गाउनु भयो र भक्तहरूको निन्दा गर्नु भएन भने तपाईँ फागुनको धाममा जानुहुनेछ।
So I like this acronym that you have here in this community, HOLD, H-O-L-D.
र तपाईँहरूको समाजमा जुन चाहिँ यो होल्ड भन्ने छोटकरी तपाईँले बनाउनु भएको छ,
Home of love and devotion.
प्रेम र भक्तिको घर।
Because you can see that this is actually a home of love and devotion. So many enthusiastic devotees.
तपाईँले वास्तवमा देख्न सक्नुहुन्छ यो वास्तवमै प्रेम र भक्तिको घर हो। यति धेरै भक्तहरू हुनुहुन्छ।
And that encourages everybody, to join and also to stay.
र धेरै व्यक्तिहरूलाई यहाँ जोड्नलाई पनि सहयोग हुन्छ, साथसाथै यहीँ बस्नलाई पनि सहयोग हुन्छ।
Of course, that no place is perfect, but it's a good motto to have.
अवश्य हर ठाउँ त परिपूर्ण त हुँदैन, तर पनि हुन राम्रै कुरा हो।
It's a great goal for a community.
यो समाजको लागि राम्रो हुन्छ।
If someone wants to go, you hold them.
यदि कोही जान चाहन्छ भने समाउने हो।
You cannot go.
जान नदिने।
Prasadam is ready.
प्रसादम तयार छ।
We have kirtan next week.
र अर्को हप्ता कीर्तन हुन्छ।
Like this. So please stay here, because when people visit, they're getting spiritual battery charged.
त्यसैले यहीँ बस्नुहोस् किनकि व्यक्तिहरू जब आउँछन् उनीहरूको आध्यात्मिक ब्याट्री चार्ज हुन्छ।
You see, Indrajumna Swami Maharaj came here, so happy.
जसै इन्द्रद्युम्न महाराज आउनुभयो हामी कति खुसी भयौँ।
All of his team came here, they were so happy and surprised.
उहाँको सम्पूर्ण टोलीहरू आउनुभएको थियो, सबजना खुसी हुनुहुन्थ्यो र अद्भुत हुनुहुन्थ्यो।
And the kirtans here are like tumultuous.
र यहाँका कीर्तनहरू एकदम जोरदार हुन्छन्।
On Saturday, I thought I was in some transcendental rock festival.
शनिबार त म कुनै रक फेस्टिभलमा दिव्य रक फेस्टिभलमा छु कि जस्तो लागिरहेको छ।
So many young people chanting, dancing on the top of their lungs. They were.
र यति धेरै युवाहरू चाहिँ आफ्नो फोक्सोदेखि चाहिँ जिचाइरहेका थिए, गाइरहेका थिए।
Yesterday we went for Harinam and Basantpur.
हिजो हामीहरू बसन्तपुरमा हरिनाम गर्न गएका
We
थियौँ
met so many young people.
र यति धेरै युवाहरू थिए।
And we were so excited to bring them here, because we knew that if they saw this, they would join straight away.
र हामी यति उत्साहित थियौँ उनीहरूलाई यहाँ ल्याउनको लागि किनकि यदि उनीहरू यहाँ आएर देखे भनेदेखि उनीहरू यहाँ आइहाल्छन्।
It's the best place.
यो सर्वश्रेष्ठ स्थान हो।
They can have fun with like-minded individuals.
उनीहरूले रमाइलो गर्न सक्छन् आफ्नो जस्तै मन भएका व्यक्तिहरूसँग
And they can also learn how to give up sinful ways
र साथसाथै उनीहरूको पापमय प्रवृत्तिलाई पनि छोड्न सक्छन्
and become happy.
र खुसी हुन सक्छन्.
Chant Hare Krishna and be
Happy.
happy. Yes.
हरे कृष्ण जप्नुहोस् र खुसी हुनुहोस्.
Does anyone have any questions? Because it says here 6 a.m.
कसैको केही प्रश्न छ किनभने यहाँ 6 बजे भनेर भनेको छ.
Japa is very important.
महाराज
Maharaj, yes, Maharaj.
I'm still puzzled here
म यहाँ अलिकति भ्रमित भएँ.
that Nara-Nārāyaṇa Rishi went to the mountain, Gandhamādana Hill.
Oh, Gandha. This mountain, yeah.
He left and he went to Gandhamādana Hill. The Lord glanced upon them with mercy and then departed for Gandhamādana Hill. Translate?
Yes, verse 58. Verse 58, yeah.
उहाँहरू चाहिँ गन्धमादन पर्वतमा जानुभयो भन्ने वर्णन छ.
So then, if he was on Gandhamādana Hill, then how could he appear in the Yayatur dynasties Krishna and Arjuna?
यदि उहाँ गन्धमादन पर्वतमा हुनुहुन्छ भनेदेखि फेरि कृष्ण र अर्जुनको रूपमा कसरी प्रकट हुन सक्नुहुन्छ?
The question is, if the Lord glanced upon him then with mercy and then departed for Gandhamādana Hill, how did he stay as Krishna and Arjuna as Nara-Nārāyaṇa Rishi? Is that the question, right?
Yeah, he went to Gandhamādana Hill, that Nara-Nārāyaṇa, which is a partial expansion of Krishna. So how is he appearing as Krishna and Arjuna?
महाराजको प्रश्न रहेको छ कि यहाँ वर्णन गरिएको छ कि नरनारायण ऋषिहरू चाहिँ गन्धमादन पर्वततर्फ जानुभयो. त्यसो भने कसरी कृष्णको र अर्जुनको रूपमा प्रकट हुनुभयो त?
Yeah, what's the answer, Maharaj?
महाराजले
I don't know the answer.
के उत्तर हजुरले नै बताइदिनुहोस्, हामीलाई थाहा छैन.
Sorry. I'll research it and get back. I'll have it for you by lunch.
हामीलाई यसको उत्तर हजुरले बताइदिनुहोस्.
I don't really understand actually, 100%.
वास्तवमै म बुझ्न सक्दिनँ.
But I can research it for you. Do you know the answer, Maharaj?
हजुरलाई उत्तर थाहा छ महाराज?
No, I just think he must be in Gandhamādana Hill, that one rishi, and at the same time he's expanded himself as Krishna and Arjuna in a different place.
Yeah, makes sense.
That's my only understanding. And what else could it be? I don't know.
Yeah, that's what I would also conclude. But I'd have to research it to get a more complete answer.
महाराजको भनाइ छ कि उहाँहरू चाहिँ ऋषिको रूपमा गन्धमादन पर्वतमा जानुभयो. साथसाथै अर्को विस्तारमा अर्कै स्थानमा कृष्ण र अर्जुनको रूपमा चाहिँ आउनुभएको छ. यति नै हामीले बुझ्न सक्छौँ, नत्र कसरी सम्भव छ?
Is that okay, Maharaj? Okay. Anyone else? Any question?
अरू कसैको प्रश्न छ?
Okay. No.
हरे कृष्ण.
Oh, yes.
जस्तो हजुरले भन्छु नि कि हामीले चाहिँ शास्त्र पढेपछि अविद्या जान्छ हैन. अनि जस्तो भनिन्छ नि हामी सेवा गरेर हैन अब भ्याउँदैन भन्ने पढ्न चाहिँ के हामीलाई सेवाले मात्र पनि हामीलाई अविद्या जान्छ र? यो क्वेशन.
Mataji is asking, we heard here by this knowledge we get the abhideha. But it also said by service also we can get the abhideha. So if we don't have the time or to study or get the knowledge, then from seva can we get that abhideha?
Yeah. 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 The scriptures, like for instance, scriptures like nectar of devotion is abhideya shastra.
जस्तो भक्ति र सामर्थ्य सिन्धु यो अभिदेह शास्त्र हो.
Bhagavad Gita is like a sambandha shastra.
भगवत गीता भनेको सम्बन्ध शास्त्र हो.
Telling who you are, who your relationship is with.
यसबाट भगवानसँगको हाम्रो सम्बन्ध थाहा हुन्छ।
And then you have Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, which is explaining the process by which you re-establish your relationship with Krishna.
र त्यसपछि भक्ति रसामृत सिन्धु छ जसद्वारा हामीले कृष्णसँगको आफ्नो सम्बन्धलाई गाँच्न सक्छौँ।
So when you're performing service, you're actually following the instructions of the previous acharyas.
त जब हामीले सेवा गर्छौँ भनेपछि हामीले पूर्ववर्ती आचार्यहरूको आदेश पालना गर्दैछौँ।
And you're doing it with the mindset that is giving pleasure to Krishna.
र हाम्रो एकमात्र चिन्तन भनेको कृष्णलाई खुसी बनाउने हुन्छ।
So the activities you're performing are already based on abhideya gyan.
त्यसैले हजुरले गरिराख्नुभएका क्रियाकलापहरू स्वभावैले अभिधेय ज्ञानमा आधारित छन्।
That's why you know to make specific outfits, you know what colors to use and not use, you know how to make garlands, you know how to cook specific preparations, vegetarian preparations. It's all from Abhideya Shastra.
त त्यसै कारणले तपाईँलाई भगवानलाई कस्तो खाले वस्त्र बनाउने, कस्तो किसिमको माला बनाउने, कस्तो किसिमको परिकारहरू पकाएर कृष्णलाई खिलाउने सबै कुरा तपाईँलाई थाहा छ किनकि सबै अभिधेय शास्त्रमा आधारित छ।
But of course we understand the more knowledge you have when doing an activity, the more benefit you get.
तर अवश्य कुनै कार्य गर्दाखेरि जति तपाईसँग ज्ञान छ त्यति धेरै तपाईँलाई फाइदा हुन्छ।
So for example, I can drink this water
उदाहरणको लागि मैले यो पानी पिउन सक्छु
and I can get the benefit of it.
र यसको फाइदा पनि पाउन सक्छु।
But if I know the chemical composition, I can produce more.
तर यसको रासायनिक प्रक्रिया थाहा भयो भने मैले अरू पनि बनाउन सक्छु
and I can produce more for others.
र अरूको लागि पनि धेरै बनाइदिन सक्छु।
And I can explain how to make it, etc.
र यसलाई कसरी बनाउने इत्यादि पनि बताउन सक्छु।
Similarly with devotional service, if I know why I'm doing it,
जस्तै भक्तिमय सेवासँग पनि यदि मलाई म किन गर्दैछु भन्ने थाहा भयो भने
and exactly how Krishna likes it done,
र कसरी कृष्णलाई गरेको मन पर्छ भन्ने थाहा भयो भने
then I can share that with others.
मैले अरूसँग पनि वितरित गर्न सक्छु।
And then the prayojan becomes closer.
त्यसपछि प्रयोजन नजिक हुन्छ।
It's like niyamagraha and niyamagraha.
यस्तो नियम अग्रह र नियम आग्रह भन्छ।
You know, doing an activity just for the sake of doing an activity,
कुनै कार्यलाई केवल गर्नैका लागि भनेर मात्रै गर्नु
without the goal of pleasing Krishna.
कृष्णलाई प्रसन्न गर्ने उद्देश्य नराखिकन
That's niyamagraha.
यसलाई चाहिँ नियम आग्रह भन्छ।
Just grabbing some
केही चिजलाई यसरी समाते जस्तो।
I will do the activity because it's giving me pleasure.
यो कार्य गर्छु किनकि यसले मलाई खुसी दिन्छ।
So that's not for Krishna's pleasure.
कृष्णको आनन्दका लागि होइन।
And then niyam agraha,
नियम आग्रह भनेको
the short A. It means I'm giving up the rules and regulations and doing whatever I like.
नियम अनुशासनलाई छोड्दिएर मलाई जे मन लाग्छ त्यही गर्नु।
So I'll cook what I like for Krishna.
मलाई जे मन पर्छ त्यो कृष्णको लागि बनाउँछु।
Then there's niyam agraha, which means I'll cook what Krishna likes for Krishna.
त्यसपछि नियम आग्रह भनेको चाहिँ म कृष्णलाई मनपर्ने चिज चढाउँछु।
Like Sachi Mata
जस्तो सची माता
is cooking for Nimai.
उहाँले निमाईलाई पकाउनुहुन्थ्यो।
In Chaitanya Charitamrita, there's a list of all the things that she is cooking.
र चैतन्य चरितामृतमा ठुलो सूची दिएको छ उहाँले के पकाउनुहुन्थ्यो भनेर।
And then in the Rajbhoga Arti song, there's a list of things that Mother Yashoda is cooking for Krishna.
र राजभोगको भजनमा माता यशोदाले कृष्णलाई के बनाउन्थ्यो भन्ने पनि सूची छ।
Like puris filled with cream.
जस्तो कि क्रिमले भरिएको पुरी
And rasagula,
र रसभरी,
rasamalai,
रसमलाई
and so many nice things, ladus.
त्यस्तै अद्भुत चिजहरू लड्डु।
So the reason why you're cooking them is because Mother Yashoda makes them for Krishna.
त तपाईँले किन बनाउँदै हुनुहुन्छ किनभने माता यशोदाले कृष्णको लागि बनाउनुहुन्छ।
And we follow her abhideya, her process.
र उहाँको यो अभिधेयलाई प्रक्रियालाई हामी अनुशीलन गर्छौँ।
And then we get closer to Krishna.
हामी कृष्णको नजिक जान्छौँ।
So yes.
त्यसैले हो।
That's the short answer.
त्यही हो छोटो उत्तर।
Anyone else? Questions? So we can... Yeah? Oh yes, Mother.
चिजले भरेको बनाउनुहुन्छ हैन। अब हामीहरुको त यस्तो पनि हुन्छ आफू बिजी भएको जस्तो पनि हुन्छ हैन। अनि हामीहरुसँग त त्यसरी मिठो मिठो बनाउन पनि सकिरहेको हुँदैन। एक त हामीहरुको भावना त्यस्तो हुन्छ आफ्नै लागि मात्रै सोच्ने अनि यति धेरै सुनेर पनि हैन अझै पनि हाम्रो त्यो मन चाहिँ चेन्जै नहुने कि अब म बनाउँछु भगवानको लागि भन्ने अझै पनि छँदै छैन। यो चाहिँ कसरी अगाडि बढाएर हामीले गर्न सकिन्छ?
Since we just heard that Sachi Mata was making so many nice preparations for Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Mother Yashoda was making like cream puris or so many things, but we still don't have the feeling that we have to make something to please Krishna. So how can we get that feeling by which we are preparing anything, we're preparing for the pleasure of Krishna?
Well, that's the right question. First of all, that's a good question to ask.
पहिलो कुरा त एकदम राम्रो प्रश्न तपाईले सोध्नु भएको छ.
Means there is some desire to do the best thing.
यसको मतलब सर्वोत्कृष्ट चीज गर्नको लागि इच्छा त आयो.
So now you just need a list of things you can cook for Krishna. That will make him happy.
अब तपाईलाई कृष्णलाई के मन पर्छ भनेको सूची मात्रै त चाहियो.
So if you read that part of Chaitanya Charitamrita where Sachi Mata is cooking for Krishna,
त चैतन्य चरितामृतको त्यो भाग जहाँ चाहिँ सची माताले चैतन्य महाप्रभुलाई पकाउनुहुन्छ त्यो पढ्नु भयो भने
then you associate with Sachi Mata.
त्यसपछि तपाईले सची माताको सँग गर्नुहुन्छ.
And you get her enthusiasm for pleasing Nimai.
र निमाईलाई खुसी बनाउने उहाँको उत्साह तपाईले नि पाउनुहुन्छ.
That's our process. Sadhu Sangha Sarva Lavamatu Sadhu Sangha Sarva Siddhi Hoy. That by getting Sachi Mata's association from Shastra, then you can get that desire stronger.
त यही हो हाम्रो विधि भनेकै क्षण मात्रको साधु सङ्घले सर्वसिद्धि हुन्छ. त तपाईले एकछिनको शास्त्रको माध्यमबाट सची माताको सङ्घ पाउनु भयो भनेदेखि तपाईको पनि परिपूर्ण हुन्छ.
Just now I was in Mayapur.
भर्खरै मायापुरमा थिएँ.
And I was talking to one sannyasi from Africa.
र अफ्रिकाबाट एकजना सन्यासीसँग कुरा गर्दै थिएँ.
And coming out from the senior brahmachari building was Janani Vas Prabhu.
र सिनियर ब्रह्मचारी आश्रमबाट जननिवास प्रभु आउँदै हुनुहुन्थ्यो.
And I paid my respects to him.
र मैले आफ्नो सम्मान प्रकट गरेँ उहाँलाई.
I said, Maharaj, you must be, or I said, Prabhu, you must be very busy cooking nice preparations for Lord Chaitanya for Gaurapanim.
र मैले भने तपाईँ त चैतन्य महाप्रभुलाई विभिन्न परिकार बनाउनमा व्यस्त हुनुहुन्छ होला है प्रभु.
And I said like puris with cream.
र मैले क्रिम हालेको पुरी हो भनेर सोधेँ.
And he said, no, that's Sridama. Sridama.
र उहाँले भन्छ श्रीदामा भन्छ यसलाई.
He's the one that likes puris with cream.
यो चाहिँ श्रीदामलाई चाहिँ यस्तो क्रिम भएको पुरी मनपर्छ.
And then I said, oh yeah, that's my mistake.
अनि मैले मेरो गल्ती हो भने.
And I said, then you must be making squash cooked in milk, boiled in milk.
त्यसो भने तपाईँले लौकालाई दुधमा उमालेर बनाइराख्नु भएको होला.
And his eyes start getting like tears.
र उहाँको आँखामा आँसु आउन थाल्यो.
And he just looked at me like, that's the favorite of Vaishnavas. Sachi Mata makes this for Lord Chaitanya.
र उहाँले भन्नुभयो यो त वैष्णवहरूको अति प्रिय छ, चैतन्य महाप्रभुको लागि सची माताले बनाउनुहुन्थ्यो.
I was like a little bit stunned that he became so ecstatic just hearing about Lord Chaitanya and Sachi Mata.
मलाई अचम्म लाग्यो केवल सची माता र चैतन्य महाप्रभुको बारेमा सुनेर अचम्बित हुनुभयो.
So this is one preparation that Sachi Mata makes for Lord Chaitanya.
र यो एउटा परिकार चाहिँ सची माताले चैतन्य महाप्रभुलाई बनाउनुहुन्छ.
Squash cooked in milk like a kheer.
यो इस्कुसलाई दुधमा पकाउने खीर जस्तो.
So if you read all of those preparations, you can start to cook them. You'll get that ecstasy of Mother Sachi.
र यसरी हामीले उहाँले बनाउनु भएको परिकारहरूलाई श्रवण गरेर पकायो भने हामीले पनि सची माताको जस्तै भाव प्राप्त गर्न सक्छौँ.
And if you read the Raj Bhoga Arti song and start to prepare those preparations, you'll get the ecstasy of Mother Yashoda.
र राजभोगको भजन तपाईहरुले सुन्दै यो पकाउनु भयो भनेदेखि माता यशोदाको भाव प्राप्त होला.
That's a good place to start, I would say.
सुरुवात गर्नको लागि राम्रो ठाउँ त्यही हो.
Is that okay?
ठीक छ?
Yeah, we look forward to tasting your service.
हजुरको सेवाको आस्वादन गर्न हामी पर्खिरहेछौँ.
Okay, anyone else? Otherwise we can japa. Okay, huh? Oh, prasadam. There's prasadam after class. Prasadam district. Yes, Maharaj.
Where's Harinam Ruchi going next?
Harinam Ruchi is going on Wednesday to Mumbai for Ram Navami because Lord Ramachandra is in Mumbai.
हरिनाम रुचिको टोली चाहिँ अब बुधबार मुम्बई जाँदै हुनुहुन्छ किनभने रामनवमीमा राम भगवान चाहिँ मुम्बईमा हुनुहुन्छ.
So we'll be singing Shri Ram Jai Jai Ram.
र हामीले यो श्री राम जय राम भजन गाउने.
And Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare.
हरे राम 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 हरे हरे.
In Juhu, I believe.
मलाई विश्वास छ सायद जुहुमा.
Krishna willing. And then we're going to, I think we're going to a place, Goa, I think we're going for Harinam, and then we're going to Europe. Europe to Portugal, and then back to Europe for King's Day Harinam in Amsterdam.
र त्यहाँबाट फेरि गोवामा जानेछौँ, गोवा पछि फेरि युरोप पोर्चुगलमा, त्यसपछि फेरि एम्स्टरडाम.
Yeah. That's it. Then Europe.
र फेरि युरोपमै हामी भ्रमण हुनेछौँ.
And then round again.
फेरि घुम्नेछौँ.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare. Then again Nepal, Krishna Kripa.
फेरि नेपालमा आउनेछौँ.
And today also you can invite them to Bodha. Oh yeah, we're going to, we call it Bodhanath.
Yeah, Bodhanath.
So we're going to Bodhanath for Harinam today. So Mahavishnu Swami is coming today on Harinam.
र आज बौद्धमा हरिनाम हुँदैछ. महाविष्णु महाराज पनि आउँदै हुनुहुन्छ हरिनाममा.
Maharaj, you can distribute. His Holiness Mahavishnu Swami Maharaj ki.
Jai.
I'll give you a big piece. One or two? Jai. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,